A woman never belongs to you. It's just your turn. You lost your edge, she lost attraction for you. That's how it works. What'd you think she was gonna do? Tell you she cheated? Men cannot afford to get complacent in relationships. Get your fat ass off the couch, start lifting weights, and learn game. You're welcome.
And now your man,
Donovan Sharpe.
What's up, guys? It's your man, Donovan Sharpe, and welcome to the 975th edition of TSR Live, your daily dose of toxic masculinity, misogyny, and small dick energy. It is Monday, June 19th of 2023. It is good to have you guys in today. We are streaming live simultaneously to YouTube, Rumble, and of course in high-resolution, crystal clear 4K to Sharpe Stream. So however you are watching, wherever you're watching from, thank you for making the Sharpe Reality Live a part of your daily routine. Shout out to my guys on the Sharpe Stream side. Hang on a second. Let me look and see who's in there. Yes, Kyle 2020, the Level Up Man, and RP Shadow is in the house. Shout out to the Mod Squad on the YouTube side, and shout out to the 22 who are watching on Rumble. I appreciate you guys tuning in. I appreciate that very, very much. You guys are the reason why I do what I do. Yes, Dre Raven took the words right out of my mouth. We are only 25 episodes. We are only 25 episodes away from episode 1,000. 1,000 episodes, man. I remember, Jesus, back in 19, we hit episode 500, and here we are now 4 years later, better than 4 years later, and we are 25 episodes away from 1,000. You guys complimenting me on your boy's crispy hairline. My hairline is always, dude, I'm gonna tell you what, man. I'm gonna tell you what, I need to start a YouTube channel called Self Barber. I need to start a YouTube channel called Self Barber because, like, guys, I cut my own hair. I do my own beard. That's just how it goes. And by the way, I don't use beard dye anymore. I use the Just for Men Control GX. You basically wash your beard. You basically wash your beard with this stuff. You rinse it out, and it gradually does away with the gray, right? So it looks natural. It looks natural. It looks more natural. It doesn't look like jet black. It actually looks natural. Heads Up Fiction said beer shave at 1,000. Are you serious, dude? Hell no. Hell no. Hell to the no. I have had a beard. I've had a not a full beard, but I have not shaved clean since November 1st of 2010. One of my homeboys was like, hey, let's do No Shave November. And I didn't realize, I mean, I had been clean shaven for so long, and I've had goatee here and there, but nothing like this. Because I had never really been able to grow I didn't think I could grow a beard, but I was like, you know what? Let's give it a shot. Month and a half later, I'm like, wow, I've got a full beard. Everything looks good. And so 13 years later, no, the beard is definitely never, ever leaving. Never, ever leaving. We'll do something to commemorate episode 1,000. Yeah, Eben Zuer says we need a party with flashbacks. Yeah, I'm working on that now. I'm definitely working on that now. By the way, Randall J on the YouTube side, look, guys, I know that this is the thing. And I understand this very clearly. I know that not all of the speakers for the CME are going to be liked by everybody. That's just all there is to it. I get it. I understand it. But shut the fuck up about it. If you have a problem with one of my speakers, then don't fucking attend. I don't need these snide comments about schedule him in the AM so I can sleep through it. Fuck off, man. Fuck off and fuck you. Seriously. Like, putting these things together and being able to network with people is really fucking difficult. A lot of guys, it's so funny, I'm getting a lot of pushback as usual. Oh, this is a money grab. This is another grift. Oh my God. Just to remind you guys, and I have no idea what a close crop beard looks like. Heads Up Fiction, you'll have to school me on that one. But the first CME, 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 the first C The first CME, I lost $125,000. I took a $125,000 haircut, and I knew I would take a loss. I didn't realize it would be that substantial, but I was prepared for it. I was prepared for it. Well, CME 2, I lost 5 figures. I think I lost something like, oh, Jesus Christ. Something like $21,000. I don't remember exactly. It was right in there. So the first CME, I lose 6 figures. The second CME, I lose 5 figures. I'm hoping that the third CME, I will either lose in the low 5 figures or the low 5 figures or the high 4 figures. Okay? So no, this is not a this is not a money-making venture, at least not yet. At least not yet. Listen, if I really wanted to make money, I'd be charging $3,500 for a VIP ticket like that other guy. Like President Tony Johnson. You guys want to talk to me about my price and my costs? Go over there and talk to Tony. This idiot's charging what is he charging? He's charging like $3,000 for a VIP ticket. My VIP ticket is far less than even half of that. If this is not something that you want to attend, cool. The CME is not for everybody, but shut the fuck up about it. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Keep your mouth shut. Don't disrespect the speakers. At least not on my live stream. Listen, trash them in the comments all you want to. I don't read those anyway. But seriously, do not speak ill of my speakers or I will ban your ass. The first guy, Randall, you've been warned. You've been warned. Make sure you guys follow me on my new Twitter at DonovanHTR and on Instagram at Donovan Sharpe TSR. Also, follow me on Facebook. Simply follow me. Simply search for Donovan Sharpe. Make sure you also follow us on TikTok as well. Go to at Donovan and Devin. Doke says, shave the beard at 1,000. No, I'm not shaving my beard. I don't give a shit what you say. I do not care. I am not shaving. I'm not, guys, look, man, I'm not silly stunts guy. Sorry, I'm not doing that. My beard is part of my identity, and that's what it is. Blazanity with the $5 super chat. King Stevie B, 93. Wow, Stevie B, haven't heard him in a while. Says, where do you draw the line between losing frame and putting someone in their place when they disrespect you? You lose frame when you start getting loud and demonstrative, right? Anytime I have checked Devin in public, it has always been very, very low key and subtle. I maintain control. I look her right in the eye and I say, cut that shit out. I say, cut that shit out. That's losing frame. Losing frame is getting loud and demonstrative. And if something a woman does or says makes you angry, then chances are it's probably disrespect. That's really the difference between a shit test and disrespect. Disrespect pisses you off. Shit tests just aggravate you, and you're like, all right, whatever. All right. So shout out. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. I got one more thing to show you guys before we continue. And to be quite honest with you guys, I don't really know how. You know what? I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to just put it on the screen. Shiloh High School, congratulations, class of 2023. Three Varion. Gentlemen, how the fuck do we pronounce this? Devin gave it a shot. She said Travion, but she missed the R. Is it is it Traverion? We now have hood rats putting numbers in their kids' names. Thank you, Kyle 2020. Ignorant. That is absolutely ignorant. How do you, dude, somebody, somebody, look, somebody let a nigga know. How do we pronounce this? Let's figure this out. I'm thinking the name is Detravarion. Detravarion? Is that it? Is that it? Detravarion. Detravarion. I don't know. I don't know what I don't understand it. Is it Detravarion? Is it, like, why? Why are we doing this? You want to know why? You want to know why? And listen, let's not get this. Let's not let this get lost in translation here. White people do it too. They do. Let's not pretend that they are not guilty of these kinds of crimes. But the reason why parents give their kids these fucked up names and they spell them all fucked up is for attention. That's all. They want the attention. They want the attention, as Kyber Commando says, who's that Pokemon, right? But they want the attention. They want just a little more attention. Oh, how do you pronounce his name? Detravarion? Wait, what? Like, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? Yeah, Fred Durst, Edge Bono, I'll call you F.E. Detravarion, D-Weez, I mean, I guess. But, Fred Durst says, bruh, where the white people put numbers and names. I'm sure there are some out there, though few and far between, but listen, man, look. Black people, listen, we're the trendsetters. We are. We're the trendsetters in America. We are the trendsetters in hip-hop. We're the trendsetters in music. We're the trendsetters in fashion, clothing, etc. We are also the trendsetters as far as these these names of depravity. Eben Zur says maybe the 3 is Trey. I'm thinking is it day 3 variant? Dude, unbelievable. Miami J says, sounds like a third-rate Marvel Cinematic Universe villain. Yeah, probably. Heads Up Fiction says, maybe the mother is illiterate, don't know that numbers from different letters. You guys have heard me tell plenty of stories. I used to work for a company called Value Options. And Value Options was a company that handled the government contract for children of Medicaid. Basically, the children of hood rats. And I have seen and heard some crazy names. I have seen and heard, guys, you would never, ever, ever believe some of these names. I've told some of these stories before. One time I looked on the, I had the, and I'll get to it. I'm just waiting for people to file in here. I'll never forget, man. I've seen a name like, how can I put this? I've seen a name spelled L-A. The girl's name was Ladasha. I've seen names spelled A-B-C-D-E, pronounced Absidy. I do not, again, I can say that I don't understand it, but I do. Women, listen, attention is the most valuable commodity as far as women are concerned. That's what it is. It's its most valuable commodity. It's their most valuable commodity. That's why they give their kids these fucked up names. Devin says, like Elon's son, XAEA-12. Yes, but he's Elon Musk's son. His son's grandsons will never want for nothing. You could name him Shithead Musk. Wouldn't matter. He's rich. Doesn't matter. Yeah, the Turk says April. Yeah. They replace I with what? It's all an attention grab. It's all an attention grab. So I don't know. Maybe we can come up with it. Maybe we can. I don't know. Maybe we can work it out at some point. Anyway, shout out to the lovely and talented Devin for finding yet another gem on everybody's favorite website, friend of the show, bold.com. Today's article is entitled 15 Signs You Are Intimidating as Hell to Guys. Oh well. Now, the article was written by a woman who goes by the name of Ossiana Teppenhart. It's probably a pen name. It's probably a pen name, right? And before we get to this, let's take a look at her Instagram so we can get an idea as to who and what she is. So at first glance, let me blow this up here for you. So at first glance, you can see that she is a big-time advocate for the HDTV, FBI, CIABC, LMNOP, HBCU plus times divided by community. Right? But the second thing that jumps out about Miss Teppenhart is that she is a whale. She is a whale. All the signs are there, guys. All the signs are there. Triangular fingers. Right? Invisible collarbone. Feet that look like inflated latex gloves. And of course, the fake confidence in her body. Something I have noticed over the years is that whales who know they're whales, a lot of them tend to show more skin than they should. A couple of quick examples just off the top of my head are Lizzo and Alexa from Love is Blind Season 4. Women who know they are grotesque, they try to cover up their insecurities by uncovering themselves. Stay with me here, guys. Stay with me. They put on lingerie, they put on bikinis, they put on other kinds of clothing that highlights their full figure, right? They do these things to cloak their lack of confidence. You see, in their minds, if they act confident, then they must be confident. And nothing could be further from the truth. As we continue to take a look at Miss... Oh, and it gets worse, gentlemen. Oh, here we are. Here we are. Look how sexy the full-bodied Miss Teppenhart is. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my fucking God. Every 4 to 5 weeks, the reason we know this is fake confidence is that every 4 to 5 weeks or so, Lizzo is crying on IG Live, talking about how miserable and unhappy she is. Then the next day, she breaks the internet in her sexy, cheeky micro bikini that shows that beauty comes in all shapes and sizes. Now, Alexa from Love is Blind, and again, if you want access to that material, sign up for Sharpe Stream. She was nothing short of crass and disgusting, as she never ever passed up an opportunity to wax poetic about her sex life with Brennan and dressed in see-through clothing while wearing a thong. Think Lizzo at the Lakers game. Gentlemen, this kind of behavior directly correlates with the 49 laws of Sharpe, which explicitly states that the more a woman tries to convince you of something, the more likely the opposite is true. Lizzo and Alexa, they want us to think that they are confident in their own skin. But their over-the-top behavior shows us clearly that they're not. Well, Ossiana Teppenhart also falls into this category. She shows off her body because while she knows it's disgusting, she also knows that no one will tell her it is. So allow me to be the first to give Miss Teppenhart a dose of reality. Your body is disgusting, ma'am. Please stop showing it off. Please stop showing it off. The husband said, I'd hit. I'm sorry, that's haram. I got to time you out for that. Anyone who admits to wanting to smash that, you're getting timed out. Be better, gentlemen, be better. How much you want to bet? Dude, how much you want to bet the husband is probably black? Oh, no, that's not the husband. That's Alex. God damn it, Alex. Okay, he was joking. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. All right. Sorry, Alex. I didn't... Yeah, the Hudsman is definitely, that's definitely not his type, so my bad. Hey, guy, look, I'm a shoot first, ask questions later type of guy. Sorry about that, Alex. You'll be able to chat again in 5 minutes. Anyway. So let's get into this dumpster fire of an article she penned, looks like a shade under 2 months ago. It starts, as much as we all want to think that guys can handle their own around us, the truth is that a lot of men are intimidated by beautiful, intelligent, and ambitious women. It happens a lot more than you think. Here are some signs that you are intimidating to guys and they just can't handle how badass you are. Well, she did get one right. More men are intimidated by beautiful women than men who are not. And by the way, it's not even intimidation. It's a simple fear of rejection. Getting rejected, guys, never doesn't suck. I've been through it many times. There are few things in this world that are more humiliating than approaching a pretty girl, trying to chat her up, and she rejects you immediately. Now, delayed rejection, that can sting a little less because, hey, at least you were able to get a word in edgewise and maybe even start a conversation with her. But by and large, getting rejected never doesn't suck, and I speak from personal experience many times over. I tell you guys all the time, for every win that I've gotten in Vegas about how I screwed over some Vegas slut or some stripper that I got to do something for me and I ghosted her, guys, I promise you, there are at least 24 losses. 24 losses. My batting average was probably 150, if that. Maybe. But here's the thing, guys. Let me get back to this. Approach anxiety and fear of rejection is intimidating, to be sure, but it has nothing to do with the woman or how she looks. It doesn't. Whether she's a 6 or a 10, approach anxiety it's always ever present in a man's mind. It's not our beauty that intimidates us, because if it was, we wouldn't want it. Right? How stupid would I sound if I said, man, oh man, I'd love to buy that Shelby Cobra with the 457 engine block in matte crimson, oddly specific, but it's such an intimidating car, I don't want to buy it. Why would men be intimidated by something he actually wants? Least of all, beauty. There is nothing intimidating about female beauty. It is the fear of rejection that paralyzes most men from approaching attractive women. Then, of course, she added the intelligent and ambitious part. Ladies, I got news for you. The men you want are not intimidated by your beauty, your intelligence, or your ambition. In fact, I would argue that ambitious women tend to be highly masculine. Why? Because in order to accomplish your ambitions, you need to display masculine traits on a regular basis. After years in corporate hell, even the most attractive females quite literally forget how to be feminine because their occupation punishes it. That's how it goes. You don't become a partner at a law firm by being docile, deferent, and sweet. No, you got to be a killer. And the longer a woman is in that environment, the less feminine she tends to be. But even on a lower level, ambitious women are bitches, guys. Period. They think that being cutthroat and goal-oriented and wanting to conquer the world makes them more attractive to men, when there is a mountain of empirical data and shared experience that overwhelmingly tells us that ambitious women are straight up terrible people. They are. They're loud, obnoxious, rude, and so forth. Then there's the intelligence angle. Modern women who are actually intelligent seem to want to flex their intelligence just to prove that they are on your level. Women who are always trying to prove how smart they are, how tough they are, etc., they're hard to be around, much less if you're sleeping with them. So here's lesson number 1. I forgot the graphic, so you guys can get it on the go-round. This one's for the ladies. Ladies, the men you want are not intimidated by your beauty, intelligence, or ambition. They're not. These men are battle-tested. They are experienced. They're driven. They've faced far more harrowing situations than a basic bitch who happens to be attractive, tries to flex her cerebral brawn every 5 minutes, whose main ambition in life is the same as every other basic bitch out there. So what on God's green earth makes you ladies think that a man who's dealt with the kind of obstacles and trials and tribulations of being a high-level guy would be intimidated by you? Spoiler alert. They don't. I don't care how hot you are, ladies. Your beauty will never, ever intimidate the men you want. Ever. All right, let's read our super chats here. Okay, good. Very good. Derek the Trader, shout out to him with the $5 super chat, says, Donovan, Conor McGregor was recently accused of EPAR at an NBA game. The woman is, of course, suing for money. What do you think of this? Yeah. One of the most obvious telltale signs that an EPAR accusation is false is when she doesn't pursue him in criminal court. Rather, she pursues him in civil court. Criminal court would prosecute him for EPAR. She doesn't care about justice being served. She cares about getting paid. Conor McGregor doesn't have to EPAR anybody. This woman is lying. She is lying her ass off. This is a money grab. We all know that this is the case. I think it's fairly obvious. If a woman accuses a man of EPAR, she tells everyone but not the police it is 248% a false EPAR accusation. That's just all there is to it. Full stop. Ken Rose with the $10 super chat. Appreciate that. Dre Raven with the $5 super chat says, intimidated by beauty, intelligence, and ambition? No. Chlamydia? Yes. That's a good point. That's a very, very, very good point. Got 255 in here, only 111 likes. Guys, if you would, please, let's keep the engagement at least 50%. Let's get us to 150. Let's get us to 150 likes. Let's get us to 150 likes. Then I won't have to turn on the likes clock. All right, let's continue. Let's continue with the breakdown here. Number 1. Guys tend to look at you, but won't approach you. She continues. This is a good sign that you're either dressed strangely or really hot to the point of being untouchable. Simply put, guys do believe that certain women are out of their league, and you automatically fit in this category. Why is that? You intimidate him by simply being your amazing self. Strangely dressed or really hot to the point of being untouchable, gentlemen, are two very, very different things. Girls who are dressed strangely, they do it for the attention. I'll tell you a quick story. I remember, dude, a while back when I was in Vegas, I saw a girl at a CVS, black girl. She had a tall blue mohawk. She had like on this neon tutu with like neon leggings and a hot pink tube top. Incidentally enough, she had a similar build to Miss Teptenhart here. Yes, people stared at her, but it wasn't because she was intimidating. It was because she looked absolutely ridiculous. I paid her absolutely zero attention, which is the only way to deal with women like this. Dressing hot is also an attention grab. That's why girls do it. But if your skirt is so short that I know what color your panties are, that's not intimidating. That's disgusting. When we see extremely attractive women dressed like working girls, we don't think, man, oh man, I'd love to approach her, but she's so intimidating. No. We think, she's an easy mark. I wonder if she's ever heard of the Dirty Sanchez. Ladies, when you dress like clowns or prostitutes, it doesn't intimidate the men you want. It gives them the ick. And not the ick you're thinking. The ick that girls you like, right? The ones that they give off the men who are worth a damn. Oh, sure. They'll give you ass to mouth once or twice a week. But there is no way No way a man of value is going to commit to a woman who is basically daring the public to look at her kidneys if she decided to bend over in public. But here's another reason why men look but don't approach. It's damn near illegal. It's damn near illegal, guys. Men in the West are routinely accused of sexual assault just for talking to women in public. You guys remember that ridiculous Gillette commercial? And there are scores of videos and articles of women complaining that men aren't approaching anymore. Now, one of the reasons men don't approach certain women is that they're well past the wall or they're unattractive, right? But the more prevalent reason is that men are no longer willing to risk their freedom for simply talking to a woman. No man with basic common sense is going to take that kind of risk with such a low to no return outside of a citation for harassment. You did this to yourself, ladies. You have no one to blame but yourselves for this one. And here's another thing here on number 1. She says, you might intimidate him by being your amazing self. What the hell does that even mean? What does that even mean? Girls will say they're amazing, but don't tell us how or why. That should tell you something. All right, let's got a couple more super chats here. 288 watching. 288 watching. I'd appreciate it if you guys could get me to get me to 150 likes. Get me to 150 likes. I'd appreciate that. Sorry about that, guys. I'll work on this in the background. Jay Blaze says women don't show signals anymore. No, they don't. They don't. There are no more, and women who show that they're interested in men, you know what they're called? They're called pick-me's. They're called desperate. Right? That's just how it works. That's just how it works. Kevin Murray on the YouTube site says that's why I don't buy Gillette anymore. Yeah, neither do I. Yeah, I don't mess with Gillette. I don't. Pitney Jules says she absolutely was intimidating. I'd be afraid she might try to throw hands. Yeah, right. Kyle 2020 says, I'd be intimidated by her hearing the impact of tremors, thinking a T-Rex was coming. I'm trying to tell you. This is how these women are. All this is Coca-Cola. That's all it is. It's just Coke. The reason I'm still single is because men are intimidated by me. No, they're not. They don't want anything to do with you. Okay. Oh, my bad. Oh, there it was. Okay. Let me see if I can get this back up here. Sorry, guys. Where the hell is the camera? Yeah. We do it live, guys. We do it live. Where in the hell did it go? Oh, for crying out loud. I tell you what, man. It's always something, isn't it? Shane Will Win says he just liked the video. I appreciate that very, very much. There we go. Found it. Got it. Let's go to number 2. Number 2. They constantly try to tear you down. She continues. It's called negging. And it's the way a guy drags a girl down to his level. Don't fall for it. This is one of the biggest signs you are intimidating to guys because the only way they can bring you down to their level is to literally try and bring you down. This is all about their insecurity and has nothing to do with you. The fuck is this? 2004? Negging? She sounds like Alex from Playing with Fire. You guys know who he is, right? Alex from Playing with Fire is still using strategies from like 20 plus years ago. Negging and the feather boa. Like I don't know why. He seems to be living in the past. I don't know. Anyway. What's next? You going to complain about Neil Strauss and Mystery? Well, the long and the short of this is that negging is shorthand for taking her down a peg. And yes, this is absolutely necessary. Because, as we all know, modern women have massive egos that need to be checked on a regular basis. Otherwise, they will treat you like absolute garbage from beginning to end. Ladies, if you don't want to get negged, the solution is simple. Be approachable. Don't have resting bitch face. Don't look like you'd rather be anywhere but there, even though you're right there. And don't act like a bitch. Because men of value never feel the need to humble a humble woman. The men you want, they don't want cocky, arrogant women. They want women who are confident in their femininity. And that's the thing you ladies don't understand. The men you want know that your tough exterior is just there to cover up your lack of femininity. And I gotta tell you guys, there is nothing more unattractive than an attractive woman who is masculine. Destiny's wife is physically attractive, but she lets other dudes smash her. She acts like a man. Apparently she has hairy toes, and she poops in the forest. Thanks, but no thanks. Guste Janis, also very attractive, but she is hyper masculine. She is also a walking false rape accusation. Sorry, not sorry. Jenny from the block, hottest 49-year-old I've ever seen, has the temperament of a pit bull. Not attractive, hard pass. Ladies, if a man negs you, it means one of two things. Either he's a low-value guy looking to score some easy box, or he's a high-value guy trying to score some easy box. The reason they neg you is because you come off as a bitch. That's why. Number 4. We got to skip number 3 because apparently they have a dating service. And I'm sure it's worth it. You're considered the hot friend in the group, and you're still single. Okay. Let's continue. You're single because of the fact that everyone's too petrified to actually talk to you. You're an amazing woman and have so much to offer the world, but finding a guy who's up to the task is easier said than done. Ay. No, baby girl. You're still single because you're a hot mess. With the exceptions of 8s, 9s, and 10s, the most attractive girl in any female group is the girl that gets smashed out the most. The hot friend in the group is usually, a 5 or 6 who hangs out with 2s or 3s. Ain't nobody petrified to talk to a 5 or a 6. And then there's that amazing woman and have so much to offer the world. Again, I ask, what is amazing about you? Specifically. And what exactly do you offer the world? Guys, this is another case of a woman saying things and hoping people believe it just because she said it. But here's another thing. What would a woman who looks like this know about being the hot friend in the group? Huh? What would she know about that? This would be like a whale being a personal trainer or a brokey who's a financial advisor. You wouldn't take advice from either of those people because they clearly don't have the track record of success in those fields. So why should women listen to a woman who looks like a sea creature in the next Avatar movie, who clearly knows absolutely nothing about being the hot friend in the group? Does this girl look like she knows anything about being the hot friend in the group? Really? Jesus, I wonder what her friends look like. Oh boy. Number 5, you have your act together, but you don't get too many offers. She continues, guys will usually gravitate to hot messes when it comes to quickies. Yes, we will. They want to feel like they have the upper hand. This leads to fewer offers for good women, but the offers tend to be of higher quality. Negative. That's a negative, Asiana. If a girl really had her act together, she'd be in a relationship of consequence with a man she loves and respects. All she did here was say, you're a catch, but you're hard to catch because you're so amazing. So here's another lesson that many, many women have heard countless times, but it needs to be drilled into their skulls before they actually start giving this any credence. Well, either that or when they start paying for their own drinks at the club. Ladies, if you were a catch, you would be caught. And here's a follow-up lesson. You don't determine your sexual market or relationship market value. The market does. I have no idea whatsoever why women have such a hard time with this concept. They certainly have no problem with talking about guys who are unattractive and have low SMV, but they seem to think they determine their own. This is more of that feel-good Kool-Aid that MHD talks about in his videos. Just because you say you have your act together doesn't actually mean you have your act together. Plus, having one's act together as far as a woman is concerned, that's highly subjective. My place is clean. I have my act together. I paid my rent on time. I have my act together. I've had the same job for 3 whole months. I've got my act together. My dog hasn't pooped in the house today. I've got my act together. Yeah, congratulations, sweetheart. You're a functioning adult. I swear to God, only Western women think that a life free of the typical chaos that they usually engage in is having their life together. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Number 6. The guy in question stammers, blushes, or seems abnormally tense around you. She continues, these are classic signs of a poor guy being flustered in front of a woman. If you see him doing this, he's probably too intimidated to ask you out. It's a shame, really, because he seems pretty nice. Sadly, if he's too chicken to speak up for himself, he's probably not on your level. Okay, guys. All right. Now I think I'm starting to understand this. And stay with me here, because I'll explain this as thoroughly and as brief as I can. You guys remember number 4 when she talked about being the hot friend in the group? Yeah, this woman, hot friend in the group. Remember when I pointed out that based on her physical appearance that it is clear that she has no experience being the hot friend of the group? Well, what she just described here in number 6 is something that happens in the movies, and not movies that involve adults. He blushes and stammers and is abnormally tense around you? This sounds like part of a plot for a romantic comedy involving high schoolers. Adult men don't stammer or blush around attractive women, even men who don't have game. Then she says, if he's too chicken. The fuck is this, 1986? Dude, the last time I got called chicken, I don't know, I was maybe, what, a 6th grader? I dare you to knock on Mr. Blackwell's door and run. No, what are you, chicken? What? This just goes to show that to this point, none of what she's writing about is based on personal experience. It would appear that she is basing this article, in part, on movie scripts by John Hughes. And if you don't know who that is, Google him and you'll see exactly what I mean. All right. Check out some of your comments. Jay Blaze says Jenny does have a black card. Yeah, she's got a lot of black cards. Heads Up Picture says, I'm helpless against real femininity myself. Yeah, listen, real femininity is the cheat code. Big Trey 85 says, where's she hot at? The backwoods in Kentucky? Dude, there are hot girls in Kentucky. It's incredible. Right up with the $10 super chat says, ugly chick coping list. Blazanity with a $2 super chat says, anime. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's based on a movie. It's ridiculous. There was another. Creation Bear says, have you always had the spunk energy, DS? Yes, I have always been. You know, I'm a high octane guy, man. I've always been. This is the way I've always been ever since I was a kid, all the way up till now. I'm very extroverted. I'm gregarious and all that good stuff. Borderline crazy. The Daily Fact says, I think she used ChatGPT to write her article. She might have. She might have. Ay, 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 ay. All right, let's continue. Number 7. You overheard him asking why a girl like you would go out with him. Okay. She continues. If you hear him saying something along these lines, it's clear that he thinks you're way out of his league. You may want to be gentle with him. If he is doing this, he really likes you and already is way insecure. Okay. Now I know she's basing this on movies. This situation she talks about here in number 7 is literally straight out of the movie called She's Out of My League. The main character, Kirk, he asks his friend Steiner, what would a girl like Molly, who is the hot girl who is out of his league, possibly want with a guy like me? And get this, guys. Spoiler alert, Molly is within earshot of the conversation between Kirk and Steiner. Guys, this is the kind of thing that only happens in movies. What would a beautiful, smart, funny, intelligent woman like her want with a loser like me? Then the girl is supposed to think, oh my god, that's so sweet. I'm so much more attracted to him now because he's humble enough to think he can't date me. This bitch isn't talking about real life, y'all. This is a fantasy she's talking about. And the reason I know this is because, well, look at her. She's never been out of any man's league a day in her life. And so by writing this article, she almost connotes that she is experienced in such matters, when it is plainly obvious by her appearance, she most certainly does not. And yes, Alice Eve was absolutely a smoke show in that movie. Number 8. You catch guys looking at you, then quickly looking away when you notice them. This is a sign that they're trying to be really subtle about looking at you, but because they're embarrassed about their chances. It's somewhat adorable, she says, but can venture into creepy territory when it happens too often or they won't stop doing it. Oh, that's too much. Well, there you have it, guys. There you have it. More proof that girls consider you creepy if you're not attractive. You see, if you look like Idris Elba and quickly look away when she notices you, women will characterize this as cute or sweet. But if you look like O'Shea, she'll say you're creepy. I remember a while back. A girl I was smashing in Vegas, her name was Lauren. Actually, Devin knew about her. It was quite funny. Right. But she told me about this dude who had approached her, right? She said he was just so smooth and had so much game. And I said to her, okay, what did he say to you? She said he just walked up and said, excuse me, miss, but I just want to tell you that you are so beautiful. I like your hair, blah, 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 blah. I don't want anything from you, but you're like the hottest thing I've seen in a while. I looked at her and I said, was he attractive? And she looked confused when she answered, well, yeah. So I told her, I said, Lauren, that wasn't game. He was just attractive. She says, no, that has nothing to do with it. Then I asked her, well, if he looked like that guy over there, I think we're at MGM or Sands or some shit. Would you have given him your number? Now she smiled because she knew I was right, but then she asked, how did you know I gave him my number? I said, because you flaked on me last Tuesday. Right? Our days were Tuesdays and Thursdays, and she gave some excuse as to why she couldn't or wouldn't come. It's funny because thinking back, she looked embarrassed, shocked, and impressed all at the same time. Now, here's the thing, I didn't care. She had a great body and a decent face, but she had a huge nose, so I was fine with sharing her for a little bit. Right? And if I remember correctly, it's interesting, she actually ended things with the guy because she wanted to get serious with me. I remember this. But I told her, and I quote, I said, no thanks. She said, why? I said, if all it takes is a good-looking guy to gas you up to get you in the bed, I'm not interested. Now, she tried a couple months more, but eventually she figured out that I was serious. And at that point, things were fizzling out anyway. I will say, though, that despite her oversized schnoz, the bitch gave, God mode head. Goddamn, that girl could really suck some dick. Ay. Number 9. People have told you that you are intimidating to men. Ay, ay, ay. If this isn't one of the most obvious signs, she continues, that you are intimidating to guys, I don't know what is. Generally speaking, if men tell you this, you should listen to them. It's not always a cop-out, and if you hear this on a regular basis, you're probably a very intimidating chick. Asiana, sweetheart, sweet cheeks. The only people who tell women that they're intimidating to men are women, and the men these women do not want to sleep with. Now, look, we all know that women rarely keep it 100 with each other. And when a bitchy female cries to her friends about why she's still single, or, you know, why she can't find the right guy, the fallback is always, girl, these guys are just intimidated by you. They're scared of you. They're not on your level. And the women that tell each other this know that they're full of you-know-what. They know. Now, the men who tell women that they're intimidating to men are the men who want to sleep with them. They say things like, you need to find a man that's not intimidated by you, girl. Someone who's not afraid of a strong and independent woman like yourself. Sounding like content. What's his name? Confidence creator. You know, that dumb nigga. I wish I saw him in the street, man. I'd deck his ass. So there's another lesson for the ladies, and you really need to listen up here. You really need to listen up here. Stop taking advice from your slutty girlfriends and guys who want to smash you. Guys, look, women are allergic to the truth. So they never give the kind of advice that can actually help other women. And any man who is friends with you is trying to smash, so, you know, his guidance is every bit, if not more, useless. I can also guarantee you this. No man you have ever been seriously interested in has told you that men are intimidated by you. And if he did, you are no longer attracted to him. How's my aim? Asiana? Okay, it looks like I missed a super chat. Chip Asadio with the $20 super chat. Says, I think this applies to Western women. My wife is from Zanzibar, East Africa. So she was raised with traditional values. She is a high-level exec earning $240K, and yet she plays her role as a wife, mother, and cooks. Oops. Sorry about that. I appreciate the support, Chip. I don't buy that for 1 second. I do not buy that for a single second. There is something that you are not telling me. There's something that you are not telling me about this situation. You are either exaggerating, embellishing, or flat out lying. So this woman, your wife, is from Zanzibar and was raised with traditional values. Well, if she were really raised with traditional values, she would not have ended up as a high-level executive earning almost $250,000 a year. And even if she was, the hours and the effort and the stress that it took to do whatever job you say she has, that doesn't leave her any energy to play her role as a wife and mother. So you mean to tell me, and anyone, listen, any executive, and I'm not trying to, look, I got to call it like I see it, man. I appreciate the super chat. I appreciate the support, but dude, come on, man. Like, this is me you're talking to here. Man. Come on, man. Any executive that makes $250,000 a year, they're working 60, 70, 8-hour weeks. Let's just say for the sake of argument, she only works 12 hours a day. Because there's not an executive on this planet that works an 8-hour day. Sorry, doesn't happen. Let's split the difference. Let's just say she works a 50-hour week, which is unheard of as an executive. If an executive works 50 hours a week, the board votes him off the next quarter. No, dude. The bitch is in the office, 10 hours a day? Nope, sorry, you got to go. But let's just say, for the sake of argument, that she works 10 hours a day. And we know it's got to be more than that based on her salary. Let's just say she's got to be at work by, 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock to 6 o'clock, right? Oh, there's an hour for lunch. So she leaves the house at 7:30. She leaves the house at 7:30, gets back at 7:30. You mean to tell me after a 10-hour workday, she comes home and cooks and cleans and still gives you head Nah, man, I don't buy it. I don't buy it. There's either something you're not telling me. There's either something you're not telling me, or you're lying. She makes $250,000 per year. She's an excellent wife and mother. No, I don't believe that for 1 second. I don't believe that for 1 second. Sorry. I mean, I'm not trying to be mean-spirited here, but just because you super chat me doesn't mean I'm not going to call out the bullshit, man. I don't buy it. I don't buy it. Oh, Charles E. Price with the $10, the Rumble rant. With the $10 Rumble rant. Says these women must have been dropped on the head as infants. The amount of cope in this article gives me headache. Here's the thing, Charles. No nurse had to drop them on their head. This is the way modern women have been raised. They've never been, like, only Western women are able to exist while providing absolutely no value. Right? Like, we as men, if the world, listen, man, look, the world lets us the world lets us know very, very quickly. Very, very quickly. The world lets us know very, very quickly if we ain't shit. And that's the way it should be. They don't do the same for women. Guys, most Western women are fucking losers. They are. Let's call it what it is. Most Western women sleep around indiscriminately. They have useless jobs. They float from boyfriend to boyfriend, job to job. They spend all their money. They're losers. They're losers. They've got 5 roommates because they can't make enough money. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Charles E. Price with the $10 Rumble rant says the dude's chick is cheating. No. That's his wife is that's dude. I mean, I don't know. There's no way. Again, he says, I think this applies to Western women. My wife is from Zanzibar, so she was raised with traditional values. She is a high-level executive earning $240K, and yet she plays her role as a wife/mother cooks. That's bullshit. Sorry. Anyone who was raised with traditional values would never become an executive. That's just how it goes. Oh, you guys picked up on that HBCU game? Come on, girl. These guys are just intimidated by you. Me, I like a strong black woman. I like a woman who is independent. You feel me? I like a woman who's take charge. I like a woman who makes the room go silent just by walking in. Thanks, but no thanks. Let's continue. Number 10. He flew off the handle when he heard how many partners you slept with. Oh boy. Not that this is acceptable or even reasonable in any manner, she says, but if a guy flips out about your number, he's intimidated by your sexual experience. This isn't a bad reflection on you, though. Okay. It only shows how inexperienced and insecure he is around you. And here we have the most obvious example of women trying to skirt accountability for having a higher body count than John Wick. So here's another lesson, ladies. Men aren't intimidated by your sexual experience. We are repulsed by it. What man of value wants to be with a woman who has allowed dozens of men to shoot their loads into her? It's got nothing to do with sexual experience. 11 out of 10 men will choose a woman who is less experienced sexually than a woman who was the equivalent of a rent-a-scooter in Miami 1,417% of the time. Now, this also applies to her life experiences. And I remember Andrew Tate said something about this a while ago. If a girl's been around the world, she's been on yachts, private jets, posh vacation resorts, and so forth, how's a guy supposed to impress her? Andrew Tate himself said, I would struggle to impress a girl who's been there, done that. Men, we want to be able to give a woman an experience she's never had before. Being the first guy to take her to a really nice resort. I take tremendous pride in the fact that I've been able to give Devin a lot of firsts. She had never, prior to meeting me, she had never ever stayed never ever stayed in a luxury suite at a really nice Vegas hotel. Back on Thanksgiving week. Back on the week of Thanksgiving, back in 2020, when we were finalizing everything for the CME, we stayed at the Red Rock Casino and Resort. We stayed in this ridiculous 2-bedroom high-rise suite. Hot tubs in both bathrooms. There was actually a bar, a full kitchen, ridiculous view. It was ridiculous. We stayed there for a whole week, cost us $13,000. Worth every penny. I'm not saying that to flex. Maybe I am. But it gave me a sense of pride to know that I am the first man who's ever given this to her. Right? She could not believe it. She's like, "Oh my God." We stayed at that one. We stayed at a really nice suite at the Venetian. We actually stayed at the really nice suite at the Venetian twice, actually. Right? But that's something we want, guys. Right? We want to be the first guy to take her to a really nice restaurant or experience something cool for the first time. A woman who's had all this experience is hard to please. You ever seen or heard a woman who complains about literally everything? I can think of one. Her name is Mirla. And she is on season 13 of Married at First Sight, which I will be reacting to and breaking down directly following this podcast. Right? The soup is too cold. The salad's too hot. I don't like the sheets on this hotel bed. The coffee here is terrible. We have all seen and heard of such a woman. Well, such women are what I like to call BDDT girls. Been there, done that girls. Been there, done that girls. They've experienced so much in life that nothing can impress them anymore. So if everything isn't picture perfect, they nitpick about things that don't even matter. Well, the same goes with sex, guys. The more dick a woman has had, the harder she is to satisfy in bed. That's all there is to it. And no man, regardless of value, wants a woman he can't, at the very least, impress sexually. Women hide their body counts because they know it matters. They know it matters, which is why they hide it. Let's skip to number 14 because numbers 11 through 13 are pretty much the same. You have a reputation for emasculating men or a tendency of cutting people down. She continues. If this is what you're known for, you shouldn't be surprised that some guys might be scared to approach you. After all, no one wants to get a sudden ego blow, right? Hopefully this is a misconception rooted in misogyny than something that's true. Regardless of how amazing you are, you should always treat people with kindness and respect. Miss Stephenhart, men aren't afraid of women who have a reputation of emasculating men or cutting people down. We are turned off by it. Seriously, who the fuck wants to be with a woman like that? Then, of course, she manages to try to turn around and blame it on misogyny. Typical. Number 15, you are known for being an ice queen. She continues. This is one of the biggest signs that you are intimidating to guys, even if you really aren't an ice queen. Wait, what? So you have a reputation for being an ice queen, but you might not be. All right. Guys tend to avoid women who look cold or angry because they feel like they'll immediately be shot down. You think? You can't help it. You can't help it if you have resting bitch face, but it doesn't help with another sex. So basically, you're a bitch. This is just number 14 light, guys. Like, that's really what this is. This is number 14 light. Bitches are a headache to be around, and no man of value wants a headache caused by his woman. And finally, number 16, you're a badass bitch, and you know it. When you're more of a badass than any man you know, it's bound to happen. You don't take any crap. You know what you have to offer the world, and you're never going to pretend to be self-deprecating or less than to assuage some guy's ego. Sorry, dude. Asiana, if you're more of a badass than any man you know, you're around bums. It's funny how women always self-report when trying to emasculate men. Girls are always asking, where have all the good men gone? But then in the same breath, brag about being more of a badass than any man they know. Well, the reason that you're around the wrong men is because you're the wrong woman. That's why you're the biggest badass you know. You're around the wrong men, and women who are routinely around low-quality men are low-quality women. Mystery solved. Ay. I'm going to tell you what, man. All right. By the way, guys. I think I may have said this yesterday. But my blood pressure is way down. As you guys know, a couple years back, I had a health scare, pardon me, in Phoenix, and my blood pressure was like 225 over 190, some crazy number like that. And I have worked my ass off over the last 2 years, and my blood pressure as of yesterday is 121 over 85. I could not be more proud. I mean, the weight loss and everything is great. It's great. But the fact that my health numbers are doing a lot better, it makes me feel so much better. So I've been cleared. I haven't been cleared for lifting heavy yet, but I have been cleared for spin class. And I did spin on... I've actually spun 3 days in a row. I spun Saturday, Sunday, and yesterday. Or no, Saturday, Sunday, and today. And those of you guys who have followed me for any number of years, you guys remember back in 2018, I spun all the time. And I was really, really good. I was so good that I did 2 spin classes on the same day twice. 2 spin classes, guys. 2 spin classes. That is 1 hour and 40 minutes, 30 miles, and probably 1,500 calories burned in one day. Well, guess what, guys? I'm going to do 2-a-days starting next week. Starting next week. And I'll tell you something, man. Hey, yeah, Devin says I take all the credit. Thank you. I do have to give Devin credit. I do have to give her credit. And I don't know if you guys remember this story that I told you, but about a week and a half ago, Devin came into the studio and says, "Hey, can we have a conversation?" And, I'm like, "Okay, yeah, sure, what's going on?" I figured it was maybe a grievance. Hey, listen, man. Listen, man. Devin has earned the right to be able to come in and say, "Hey," and she does it respectfully. She doesn't say, "Well, No, she ain't got the right to do that." But look, man, she's my woman. She's my fiance. She's got a lot invested in me. I have a lot invested in her. I owe it to her to give her my ear when she needs it. And when Devin has to talk about something, it's really serious. It's really, really, really serious. And so she said, look, I'm not trying to tell you what to do. She says, but your drinking is really starting to scare me. She said, last night you could barely walk. And then she said, it's just not attractive. It's not attractive. And so I stopped drinking that day. And since then, guys, ever since I have stopped drinking, I'm drinking nearly 2 gallons of water a day. 2 gallons. 2 gallons of water a day, guys. I'm at 143 ounces, which is 1 gallon and like 15 ounces. Wait, 128 ounces? Yeah. I think. Don't hold me to that. I've drank 143 ounces of water today. That is a gallon plus another 15 ounces. And I'm probably, honestly, I'll probably reach 2 gallons today too. So between the increased water intake, spin class, and most importantly, stopping drinking, my blood pressure's come way down. And I'm not even on blood pressure medication, guys. I ran a blood pressure medication maybe a month and a half ago. I hadn't even realized it. I had not even realized it. And so, yeah, the talk that she gave me, man, like, everything is better. My testosterone is like, dude, my testosterone's up. My energy's up. Like, dude, spin class takes it out of you. And I'm amazed that I can sit here and still have the energy to do this. It's just been incredible. Yeah, Devin on the YouTube side says, my life has never been better since I cut alcohol completely out of my life a few years ago. I look better, feel better, and am mentally thriving. Sleep good, no anxiety. It's awesome. And I have not taken kratom this week. I have not taken, well, it's only Monday. I haven't taken kratom since Saturday morning, guys. I haven't taken kratom since Saturday morning. The reason I take kratom is to help me to regulate my temper problem. I haven't taken kratom in almost 2 days, almost 48 hours. So, I don't know, man. I think life is simple. It's not hard. It's not hard to get healthy. It's really not. It's really not. I didn't make any drastic changes. I stopped drinking, increased my water intake, and I'm doing spin class. That hasn't changed my lifestyle at all. Hasn't changed my lifestyle at all. So shout out to the lovely and talented Dev for giving your boy the wake up call that he needed. It's weird because I'm thirsty all the time. It's crazy. Chip Osario says, good to hear you're doing better. Team Fitness is in the building. Yes. I remember when I was in Phoenix, dude. I remember when I was at the hospital, they were about to discharge me, and then I posted everything. Dude, Kevin called me and was like, dude, you got to start taking care of yourself. I was like, yeah, I know. It was 2021 was a difficult year. It was a difficult year in so many ways. Holy God. Anyway, let me stop rambling off at the mouth. What we are about to do now is we are about to, that's not the one. Oh, nope, that's not it. Oh, that looked like Ryan. Yeah. Oh, this is when Ryan was looking at Brett's boobs. He looked at you guys remember this? This is when he looked at Brett's boobs. So the man on your screen is Ryan. He is on Married at First Sight. He married an attractive woman named Brett. She's in her mid-30s, of course. She's a redhead, not natural redhead, but she has very ample breasts. And the picture on your screen is Ryan sneaking a look at her tits while the wedding officiant is giving them instructions on what to say and how to say it and this and that and the third. Ryan could not help but sneak a look. And as you can see on his face, it looks like her boobies got the seal of approval. Looks like her boobs got the seal of approval. So that's what we're about to do now. If you want to watch for free, you can watch live on Rumble. If you want access to all 27, oh, wait a minute, sorry. There it is. To all 27 seasons of all of my dating shows, go to sharpestream.com, sign up, 3-day free trial. We give you 3 days to watch as much content as you like. There's over 40,000 hours. Yes, 40K hours of content you cannot find literally anywhere but SharpStream. And so what we're doing now is we're giving you guys an opportunity to, watch. And oh by the way, big announcement. I guess I forgot to tell you guys this. I will be reacting live to The Bachelorette. I'll be reacting live to The Bachelorette. Now, I reacted to a Bachelorette with Katie Thurston, the bitch that brought the dildo on Ari's season. I forget whose season it was. It wasn't Ari's season, it was somebody else's season. But as soon as she mentioned the fact that she had been E-par'd, I was like, I'm out. So Monday nights at 8 o'clock, I will be reacting live to The Bachelorette. All right, I am now going to say farewell to my YouTube audience. Obviously, I can't do this breakdown on YouTube because, of course, I need to stay. Whoops. I don't want to lose my channel because of copyright. Nope, that's not it. Hang on a second. Yeah, Dev, if you would go ahead and put the link in the chat. No, that's not it. There we are. Thought I had it up. Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay, perfect. All right. So what we're about to do now is I'm about to react and start the breakdown of Married at First Sight. Let me make sure. Oh, oh, okay, there's Mirla's boobs. There we go. Married at First Sight. Again, if you want to watch for free on Rumble, just go to the link that has been pinned in the chat.